Welcome to the Art Remedy podcast, where we have conversations with creatives about relaxation and the means of self-expression and exploratory art. I'm sitting down with an amazing person. I have never met her, right? Coming to the stage is Jelina. Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'll be coloring today. What are you doing?
Alrighty, I will be painting my little mug.
Yes, I can't wait to see it. You made that one?
Yeah, I did.
Oh my God, wait, pull it to the, let me see. I can't wait to buy one of your pieces. They're so cute. I like the one that was like a little triangle. I think it was for rings.
Oh yeah, my little ring holders.
Yeah, but someone bought it. So I was like, dang.
Yeah, I have a friend out here. I live in New Mexico, and she was waiting. She was waiting on the drop.
Mm-hmm. I want to go there. I've never been.
You're on the East Coast somewhere.
Yeah, Virginia.
Oh, okay. That's where I moved out here from. So I was in North Carolina, South Carolina before. Okay.
What brought you out there?
So my boyfriend's a coach at the university out here.
Okay.
So we move all over the place. This is our second stop at the moment.
All right, congrats. So I wanted to open the conversation. How do you define creativity and artistry?
Alrighty, so I'll start with artistry. I feel like artistry is being able to create with your hands. You're able to do things and make things. I think creativity is being able to come up with like the ideas of what you create, just, from yourself and your own experiences. I think creativity, channels the person that's making it more than just, reproducing something. It captures your experiences, it captures your the culture, it captures religion. It has like a story behind it that the maker is trying to share. Yeah.
I love your definition of it because it doesn't feel crafted around career path, or it just feels very free, and it almost feels like you're tapping back into the essence that we all have a gift. It's all different, and we use it to tell a story, to be connected in a way. And I think that will help other people to kind of relax when it comes to creativity, and maybe even coming back to it, because we get caught up in stuff and we forget what even makes us happy. So yes. I know that was me. I can talk from personal experience. That was me.
Oh no, same. I think I'm on a creative journey right now, and you could argue that I'm creative because I make things. But honestly, I feel like I'm more of a reproducer. I'll see something and I'll be like, oh, you know what? I can make that. I'll walk through Target and I'll see a plate and I'm like, you know what? I can make that. I'm not going to spend my money on this. I can make it. But
I love that.
I'm working on being able to make my own ideas again. And I feel like I used to have that. But like you said, when you become an adult, you get in these workspaces that don't really allow for you to be creative. And I think creativity is just like any other muscle. You have to keep it going to have it. So
okay, two things that stuck out to me about your answer. I love that rather than consuming, you're like, I can make this. I think that's beautiful because it's challenging you to be creative and create something that you saw. So I would give yourself credit, even though it may not be your original idea, but you're inspired by the art around you and you're challenging yourself to be creative, to make something. When do you feel like there was a disconnect between, you're a child, right? So we're always at play. Where do you feel like you kind of fell off of your creative journey, or just the connection of art making?
When I entered the real world, 1,000%. So I feel all the way through college, I was super just creative. I would just think of things to do, and it's not that I saw it anywhere. It was just you know what? I think this would be a good idea. I'm going to try it. There's just no fear around the creating. And I just went into it blind. All through high school, I was creating random things. I made my prom date's little flower theme.
Corsage?
Yeah, I made his corsage. I made all my friends in Texas. Mums are a big thing. It's for for homecoming.
Okay.
It's this big flower situation. It's just a show school spirit. But I made all my friends their moms. So I was big on creating in high school.
Hey.
Went to college. I like newspapered my whole wall. And this is in 2011, so before contact paper was a thing. So I'm like newspapering my whole wall. I used my little pegboard to hold my jewelry, and I made myself a mum for Baylor, even though like mums aren't a thing in college. So like I was always creative. And then I went into the real world, and I think my focus shifted from like just enjoying life to like, okay, now I'm like an adult and I have to survive and I have to pay for things, and like I don't have time for that, you know, like I have to go to work. I'm trying to get this degree, like, you know, so I would 100% say the real world.
I agree. I feel like my disconnect happened. It's like I can almost see it. It's like I was just in this circle of just like hamster wheel living, and I never sat down to realize that when is the last time I actually drew something? Like I used to do this every day. Like I don't understand why I just fell off. So what brought you back to, okay, I need time, Jelina needs time to make something, do something creative?
I think I actually kind of got forced back into it. And it was a choice. Me and my boyfriend, we move around a lot just due to his job. And I work from home. I'm naturally introverted. So like, I'm not leaving the house if I ain't got to. So when we were in North Carolina, that was my first time ever being away from home. So no one's in driving distance. The only person I have is him, and he's at work all day. And so I was like, I'm not leaving the house. I don't have like a workout regimen. I'm not going shopping or anything because I'm still in a new city, scared to do stuff by myself. So I'm like, there has to be a way. Like I have to find something to do to like have some human interaction, to like make sure that I don't feel myself sliding into a sad, you know, depressed state.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you got the awareness on your own.
Girl. All it took was a couple of sad days. I was like, oh, I can't let this happen. I'm
glad that you had the awareness. You're just like, I have to change this. Did it scare you at all?
Oh, 1000%. And like even going to my first pottery class, because that's where I went to my first pottery class. When I first went, I was just like, oh, I'm nervous to meet people, but like I need to do this for myself. Through that process, that's where I kind of fell back in love with creating. And I just know I like making stuff with my hand. I didn't have a thing that I did before. I just did everything. Like I said, I would see something and try to make it, or I would think of something and just, I had no bounds. So I was going to make whatever I felt like making. But I was like, oh, you know, pottery, that's artistic. I can try to do that and we'll see how that goes. But yeah, so that's how I ended up, you know, finding pottery. It was really out of a necessity, to be honest.
Necessity. I have to commend you on like your warrior attitude of just knowing that you needed art to be this space to bring you back to life, to bring you into community, to open you up to different people and experiences. How does the clay making, was this your first time doing clay?
Yes.
Yeah. So how did it make you feel? Like, what was day one like for you?
Frustrated.
Really? Oh,
which is so funny because like, why would you stick with something that frustrates you? But I think it was actively making me work on my perfectionism.
Okay.
So learning that you can shift gears, like things don't have to be exactly as you envision them for them to be like beautiful. First couple of times my pieces were flopping all over the place, and I had in mind, like, let me make a bubble mug. My first bubble mug did not look like this.
So that's what that's called, a bubble mug.
Yeah, this one's a bubble.
Bubble mug. Okay, I like that name.
This is after 3 years of experience. My first one.
Oh, you're 3 years in. Okay, professional.
But yeah, so, you know, making things was very frustrating at first. But then once I got my like first usable piece out of that first class, and I can actually go run and get my first mug ever, which made me keep going.
Okay.
My first mug, and I was able to drink tea out of it. And granted, it's heavy. It could be used as a weapon. She's thick, but it works. And I was like, wow, I made this with my hands and I can actually use it. And like, that's crazy to think about to me. So,
wow. What did you do to keep yourself wanting to go back instead of caving into the idea of like, okay, this is so hard. This is frustrating. It's not as easy or as, I guess, in a sense, relaxing as you thought it may have been. So what did you do to keep yourself going?
I'm also very competitive, perfectionist and competitive. I was like, I cannot fail at this. Like, I cannot be bad at this. I'm going to have to stick it out and learn because what do you mean I took a class and then I quit? Excuse me?
We're like, there's no other choice. We're not going back. And how does the clay make you feel? Like, because I've played with clay and it is a foreign medium for me, but I personally like the way how cool it feels. And the fact that, I don't know, I think I was just playing with it like just like fidgeting. So how is it for you? Like, what about it do you love?
I like the idea of it more than I like the touch of it. If you watch any of my videos, I'm like constantly wiping my hands. So, like, ugh.
So you don't like mess?
I don't really like mess, no. But I love that, like, I think my favorite part of actually throwing is when I take there's like a little metal rib and you can hold it against the clay and it takes all the like slime off and you like see your piece. Like, I love that.
Okay.
I love when the clay is dry and being able to trim it and like carve things into the pieces. I love that. Yeah, something about taking a ball of clay and then creating something out of that, like it's literally a blank canvas. So I would imagine it would be the same way an artist feels when they like have a blank canvas and then at the end it's like an actual artwork. Okay. Like the process between those two things is, I feel like, wild in any type of medium.
I love this. Do you feel like, since you've taken this class and you're 3 years in, amazing, do you feel like it's helped you with find your voice and your self-expression in that way?
Yes, I do. I think it allows an outlet for me. So I feel like all day I'm required to be, professional, and there's nothing wrong with being professional, but like I can just kind of be myself when I'm creating things, and I'm creating things that I like. There's no asking for permission from somebody. There's no getting approval on this thing, or like someone telling me my ideas are bad, or like when I'm creating for myself. So it's literally things that bring me joy. I love that.
I love that. You're getting back to your old self.
Yes.
You're at play, which I believe that we all need.
We do. Yes, we really do.
Now it's like these next couple years, we need to be at play. We
need
to just be able to. I just want us to just relish in like happy moments. I'm like, we just need to come together and just be excited about another day. And then I love how you said you didn't have to ask for permission, because that itself, like the freedom of just doing something just because, is such a beautiful thing. You went into this obviously to get back in touch with community, with yourself, compression, exploring your creative side. How did you develop it into a brand? Like, was that your whole intention from the start, or like how did that come?
Oh, absolutely not. So when I first started, I was like, this is going to be my thing for myself. Like, I am not going to make things to sell. So during the pandemic, I had like a little wax melt business. Those things that you like heat up and it releases scent, but it's made like out of wax and essential oils and stuff.
Oh, nice. I never ran into anyone who did that for a business.
Yes. So I had an Etsy and everything. I was like, this is going to be like my little side hustle. And I just loved creating those things. And that I feel like was creative and less artistic. I loved it. But once I moved, switching the business license over and then the call, I was like, I don't want to do that. So then when I started Pottery, I was like, okay, I'm not going to do all that stressful stuff with it. I'm just going to, I started this to get back to myself. So I'm going to cherish it and let it be for myself. So Jelina, how did you make it into a business? Well, let me tell you. So my friends, they are super supportive of me. And so like every little thing that I was making, even the wonky looking pieces, they were like, oh, can we have one? Like, please. And then once I was a year and something in, they were like, Jelina, like, you're getting really good. Like, you should consider selling your stuff. And so I eventually was like, you know what? It wouldn't hurt to sell the things because I'm running out of space anyway. So like, I can't keep everything for But the way that I am protecting it still being for me is not like a mass producing thing. Like each piece is still unique. I'm not making 16 of the same thing. Like I can still have unique pieces. And then also I don't want to do commissions. I know there's a lot of ceramicists that do commissions. And I don't want to do that because I don't want someone telling me what I should make and how I should make it. So it's really just a business of like, this is what I've created. And if you like it, you can have it. Like you can purchase it.
I love that. First of all, I'm a lover of one-of-ones. Okay.
Yes.
Because
I love a unique item.
Ceramics can be one of one each and every time, technically, because it's not manufactured, but it's similar to something else. But I love the intentionality behind this, that you're keeping something for yourself by not mass producing, by only creating the one. And that in itself is just such a beautiful way to share your creativity with the world. And I feel like you and my friend Rachel, also featured on the podcast, your mission ties in well together, because she is one that wants to keep what she's doing right now for herself and let it bloom into something. Like she doesn't want to have a hobby that becomes a business. She just wants to have it to be creative again. And I love that the two of you
love that
connection. Yes. This is beautiful. You know what? I'm gonna send her your stuff because she might want to put her plants in your pots.
Okay, listen.
Yes, so that is something I know she would be into. Oh, this is great. This is inspiring because I want to I got the throw clay, right? That's the right way to say it? Throw clay?
Throw clay, yeah.
Yeah, I want to throw clay. A lot of things are going on right now. I miss sewing, so I also want to get into that. But watching you go through your trials and errors has been such a beautiful thing to watch. And I always think about that movie with Whoopi Goldberg. Is it Ghost? Yes.
Oh my goodness.
And I
actually haven't watched Ghost, but everybody I tell that I do pottery is like, girl, have you seen Ghost? I was like, I've seen the picture of Patrick Swayze.
Yes, I just love that scene of just like the mess of the hands, even though I'm like you. I don't like all the mess. I'm just like, it's a lot going on. Has life been for you since starting pottery? How has your mood been? How has your outlook on life?
Oh, fantastic. Okay. I mean, obviously, life is still life. So there's like ups and downs always, but I think it helps me transition. So like I said, we move a lot. So the first thing I did when I found out we were moving to New Mexico was like find a pottery studio. And I was like, this is going to be my thing. Like I'm going to stick with it. And this is where I'm going to be connecting with people, building my community in these new places that we go. And so having that, like knowing that I have that there, it's like a security blanket almost, because I don't feel like I have to start over completely when I go somewhere else. But, just having pottery in general, like once I'm in a place, I love it. I look forward to my little weekly pottery class. I think it makes me so happy to have something. And I'm not just, like being creative in class, like I'll think of things that I want to make while I'm outside of class. And so I've started doodling again because of that. And so, I think it did what I wanted it to do, giving what it's supposed to give.
Yes, I love that for you. I love that for you. I would love to know, what were you into as a child? Like as a young Jelina, like what was your outlet then?
Oh girl, everything. So when I was little, my mom always said that I used to ask for snip snips, which were scissors. I was chopping and snipping everything up and just gluing it back together. But and I would say elementary school, middle school, I was into like drawing and painting. When we had like the option for electives and stuff, I would always pick art.
Yep.
And then like as an adult or like even in high school and stuff, I would make really anything. There was like this big duct tape phase I went through. I was making wallets and stuff.
Did you see the girl who made the duct tape prom dress?
No, that sounds so impressive. That sounds so impressive.
Yeah, she was like the I guess I called her the emo girl, but she literally made her whole prom dress out of duct tape. That thing was gorgeous, snatched. I was like,
so impressive.
And then I remember people like made fun of her, but obviously she was
like, okay, and
at the dance.
Right.
Yeah, so I love that she stuck to it. So now that you're, you have clay, now you're doodling to do your clay making. What else are you leaning into, new endeavors or playing with different mediums?
So one that I'm actually going to keep to myself
Okay.
is sewing. And the
Okay.
reason I want to start sewing is so I can like tailor clothes and stuff. And like in college, I used to like thrift flip a lot of things, and my thrift flipping was really like makeshift. It was a lot of iron on bonding tape. So, but I was looking back on my outfits and I was like, I used to be so creative with my outfits and it was so cute. And now I'm just like t-shirt and jeans. And I just want to get back into like, one, less consumption of like, you know, mass produced clothing.
Mm-hmm.
And then
That don't
two,
last long.
right. And two, like being creative in the way that I dress, which I think I could enhance if I knew how to sew. So
I love, 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 love it. I believe in the expression of our wardrobe because it helps us just have that playfulness and, we add color to our lives and it helps us boost our mood.
yes.
And it's just another way to just be creative every day, even if, let's say, like you can't do your pottery every day, but like playing with your outfit is that. And I feel like we're on the same level. I was definitely like during the pandemic, I gave away all my clothes. And when
wow.
I had a lot and I was going through a phase of just like shedding old ways. And when I tell you I gave away like 14 bags of clothes to Goodwill, and then I look back like, why did I do that? Because I was such in an angry space. And then I was just like, I had some really nice pieces, kept the good stuff, obviously, but I was just like, dang, I'm out right now. Like I can see it. But
you're like, dang.
Yeah, but at the same time, I love how you said you want to get back into that and challenge yourself to play with your closet more, because I feel like even the clothes I gave away, yes, they were nice, but I don't know if it was me because I had corporate, so it had to look a certain way, even if it was the fashion industry, but you still couldn't wear or do certain things. They just had this protocol. So let go of that. Definitely back in my thrifting bag, like you were talking about. And
I love that.
Yeah. So how is the art scene in New Mexico? Because I hear good things.
It is so good. And I actually think it's just the perfect place to be creative. And there's not talking down on my city or whatever, but there's not a lot out here. But I think that's why
I know. Trust me. People look at me like, why you want to go there?
Listen, it's literally dirt, cactus. You said what?
The vibe just looks cute.
I mean, the vibe is cute. There's a lot of cute little things. Like if you're an outdoorsy person or an artistic person, this is like, I would say, a really good place for you. So like they have these weekly markets, like farmers markets. And it's not, when I heard farmers market, I was like, you want me to go look at some vegetables? Like I don't want to do that. But no, they have like, it's a crafts market too. So, and they require that everything that's in the crafts market is handmade. It's not mass produced or ordered. So literally all the artisans in the city are set up their tables and sell their things. There's so much cool stuff. There's people who make little cutting boards that are made of all different kinds of woods. There's people who engrave over there, jewelry makers. My instructor is actually, he has a table that he sells his pottery out there too. And I'm just literally anything you can think of, knitting, crocheting. People are all out there selling their works. And I love seeing, one, that a city is so creative and values art like that, but also that, people are willing to spend their money on handmade things that people have, put their heart and soul and resources into.
They see the value and they understand that. Oh, I love that. One day I'm going. I already went to Arizona, so I got a taste of the desert life. And I was just like, this is gorgeous. I don't know what people talking about. I was like, I want to go.
Oh, girl. When I first got out here, I was like, where are the trees?
Oh, yes, it's hot. The trees? It's like, I've never wanted AC so bad before. I'm like, where is the shade? But it's still, I don't know. It's something about this. It's the sunsets. I think it's the sunsets. It's the colors.
The sunsets are beautiful out here.
It's the flat land that you could just see so far. In my opinion, coming from the East Coast, you see the trees. It's that the opposite of what I'm used to, and I'm just so inspired by the richness of color of Earth. I was just like, wow, this is breathtaking. Could I do it every day? I don't know, but
I'll say it's nice vacation.
that heat was different. I was like, okay, go back inside and stay inside until the sun sets. Oh my gosh. My other question is, do you feel that creativity is a spiritual practice or connected spiritually?
Yeah, I feel like it can be for a lot of people. Like I said, I think when you're being creative, you're pulling from your all your experiences, your cultural experiences, religious experiences. And so I think art could be used as a spiritual experience for a lot of people. I don't necessarily think that it's that for myself.
Okay.
I think my spiritual journey is one that is complicated.
Yes.
Especially, going to a Christian university for undergrad.
Mm-hmm.
I felt that I had to kind of like battle what people viewed as being spiritual and religious versus what I felt was right.
Okay.
So yeah, so I have a complicated spiritual relationship.
You're still in your journey.
Yeah.
Right? And
yeah.
Like the way I view it is that we're connected to a higher power source that has many different names, right?
Yeah.
As long as it's righteous, I'm also say that. As long as it's loving, it's righteous, it's good energy.
Right. It causes no harm.
I'm gonna say that. I really truly believe that like we were all given this gift of uniqueness and we're supposed to create. And if people want to bring the Bible into this, it's like we were created in God's image, right? So
yes.
We do have a gift. I don't care if you haven't touched a pen and paper or anything in like 10 years, like you have something, you just have to nurture it. But I just feel like the spiritual connection is more like there's something moving through us to create something beautiful or to say something to just have like that moment of just clarity. I don't know. Have you ever experienced like clarity or had like this like wisdom moments when you're creating like or like what do they call it? Like epiphanies?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
I feel like I have a few. I feel like pottery in a weird way. Pottery has taught me a lot about self-acceptance.
Okay.
Like kind of like how you were saying, like we're, built in God's image and how we're all unique. We all have these like aspects of ourselves that make us ourselves, and we're kind of here to, put love and light into the world. And I do think that like that reflects a lot on how I feel like I've never had a problem of putting love and light into the world. I have had a problem of putting love and light into myself. And like, there's this like the saying of, you shouldn't talk to yourself in a way that you wouldn't talk to your friend. And like I take friendships so serious, like love my friends. I will always raise them up, boost them up. Like, and I don't want them talking bad about themselves. But the moment I walk past the mirror and I'm like, like, and then I have a negative thing to say about myself, you know what I mean? So like, and even in the art space too, like I said, I was a perfectionist. So when I would create things, if it's not like exactly how I envisioned it or up to standard or of what professional would say is good work, then trash it. Like, why do I still have it? Like, I'm, not good at this, like I should quit. And pottery, has actively kind of like taught me the opposite. I'm still in the process. There's still some things I've scrapped, but it's definitely teaching me the process of one, accepting myself and seeing, failures as not really failures, being gentle with myself and, treating myself just like I would treat, other people. Like love and light isn't for everybody else. Well, I mean, it is, but it's also for yourself. So
yes, you have to give it to yourself first. I love that you were open about that. I feel like I've always struggled with that too. You pour into everybody else, but it's like we are just so critical of ourselves.
Yes.
I hope a lot of people relate to that and just find comfort that, we have to pour into ourselves the way we pour into others, especially pour into ourselves first, because we give from an empty cup. I am learning that last
You sure cannot. That's the quickest way to burn out.
Yes, the quickest way to burn out. Yes. I learned that later in life. I feel like this conversation has been just a a gift for myself. I'm happy that we connected on TikTok. I've not been on there in some time because life has just been moving. I'm glad that you found me on Instagram. Please let people know where they can follow you, support you, purchase from you in your next collection.
Yes. So like she said, I'm Jelina Tunstill, and I have a business called JSKT Pottery, which is just my initials, and Pottery. TikTok is where you can see like all the behind the scenes and stuff. I'm at j.tunn. And then on Instagram, I am at JSKT Pottery. On my Instagram is where you can find out information about future pottery drops.
Just one thing you want to leave with the people after they listen to this.
I think that everybody has the ability to be creative and artistic. It is a muscle that you've got to flex and practice. And there shouldn't be pressure attached to it. It's what you create by what you feel. And no matter what you create out of what you feel, it's beautiful and it is okay. And it is exactly what you needed in that moment.
That was poetry. I'm gonna have to quote that and put your name next to it. I love that. Thank you so much for this and taking time after your busy day. I hope you have an amazing evening.
Thank you, you too.